good morning. How are you guys doing? Long time no see. Sorry, I had a very busy week. What's today? Thursday. So I think my last video was on Sunday, but on Monday, what did I do? Oh, I golfed early in the morning. So a friend of mine picked me up at 8 o'clock in the morning. So woke up at 7:30, couldn't do the video. Tuesday, I went fishing with my dad. He picked me up at 7:30 in the morning. And yesterday, which is Wednesday, I went golfing again. I got picked up at 7:30. What a tough life. I'm gonna go golfing again with my rival Kenchi, but we're gonna go a little later today, closer to the afternoon. But today, I have a very, very important lesson that I want to share with you guys. It's a really good tip. And this comes down to, I thought about this because last night, I like to shoot pool. So I was shooting pool last night, and it just so happens a good friend of mine stopped by the bar. His name is Kurt Kobayashi. He's probably the best in Hawaii right now. And I was just asking him for some tips, and he told me, no, you just gotta practice. And that brought back a lot of memories, because I used to play basketball when I was a kid, volleyball, I took guitar lessons, I used to wrestle. There's a lot of things I used to do, and when you ask an instructor, if I'm at this level, what can I do to get to the next level? And they always say, you just gotta practice. And I always thought that was like the worst answer any instructor could tell a student, because doesn't really give me any kind of knowledge or encouragement. It's just, well, you just gotta practice. So the thing about that is, especially with the ukulele, and I think in a lot of things, it's true, but you can't just say it like that. You need to elaborate more. So that's kind of what I want to do today. Of course, bottom line, if any of you guys ask me, I want to get better, what should I do? Yeah, basically, I want to tell you, you just got to practice. But there's more to it than that. So today I kind of want to share that. And I hope it helps and encourages you to understand what you're trying to accomplish when you practice, okay? So let's get to it. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the board and let's look at these notes here. Hopefully you guys remember your notes. G, B, high G, high D, B, A, G. Okay, so G, B, high G, high D, B, A, G. Okay? Now, the key to practicing, the reason why instructors always say, oh, you just gotta practice, and it's true, but what you're actually working on is muscle memory. I don't need to write that down. Muscle memory, okay. Muscle memory is the key, okay, because when you practice something enough times, your fingers start to remember, right, where to go. And what that allows you to do is not actually think. Just relax and let your hands go. And that's the key. That's what you're trying to accomplish when you practice, okay? So when someone says, just keep practicing, it's for that reason, okay? Because actually, hopefully you guys remember Falling Slowly. C, D, E, B, C, D, F, E, C, D, E, B, C. Okay? If you practice that song, I'm sure if I strummed it for you and you did the picking, we could play it together and it would be fine. But if I told you, okay, if I asked you, tell me the notes right now, tell me the notes. Now you gotta think, and you're gonna say, okay, high C, high D, high E, high D, high C, okay? And my point is, how is it possible that you can play the song better than you can tell me the notes, right? If you don't know the notes, you can't play the song. But it comes out that way because you practice it enough and muscle memory takes over. So you don't actually remember the notes, okay? You just, your hands, your fingers remember where to go. Okay, and that's a perfect example of muscle memory, and that's where you wanna be. You wanna get to that point where your hands just know what to do. Okay, so if you look at any solo arrangement, like let's take Jake for example. If you've ever seen him play a song, his fingers are always moving. His brain is not thinking, okay, E minor, what, G, A, B, D chord. You know, it's not, nobody can think that fast, okay? So you actually practice the song slowly and correctly, and you're just trying to do it just so your fingers remember the motion and the movement, and you want to get to that point where your fingers you can just relax and your fingers can go. So that's the reason behind, you know, you should just practice, okay? So in other words, if you practice different things all the time, or you practice the same thing but use different fingers all the time and things like that, and you're not practicing the same thing over and over and over, then no sense practice, right? So these notes right here, G, B, high G, high D, B, A, G, okay? The reason why I chose this, I just made up this little line here, but the reason why I did it is because G, G, B, now you have to jump all the way to high G, then come back down to high D, B, A, G, okay? And this is one of those exercises where if you rely on your eyes, you're not gonna be in time. You're gonna go G, A, why do I keep going G, A? G, B, and now you're relying on your eyes to hit this, and that's gonna slow you down, okay? So let's just try G, B, high G, okay? If you rely on your eyes, you're gonna go G, B, high G, G, B, high G, okay? But if you just try to practice the motion, okay? And it's okay if you hit the wrong note, like if you play, oh, it's the wrong note, but the timing was good, okay? So you're getting close, now you know a little bit more, try it again. Oh, flat, you gotta go one more, and it's okay, just keep making the same mistake. There you go, oh, I got it. Oh, too sharp. Got it. Oh, too sharp. Oh, I don't know what that was. Oh, got it. Oh, now you're getting closer. Oh. Let me get one good one. Oh. Okay, there. So it's getting closer, and my timing is good because I'm taking my eyes out of the equation. I'm not actually relying, because to use your eyes, you're going, okay, I gotta go there, put my finger here, pick, and all this thinking will actually slow you down. Okay, so don't be afraid to make mistakes, okay? And trust that you're just working on muscle memory, okay? So you need a lot of mistakes to actually get to where you wanna be. Okay, so give it a try. So G, B, high G, and high D. Oh, in there. So I know that if I were to do this like 300 times, I think I'd be able to do this whole line with my eyes closed, okay? So before I can even do it, I understand muscle memory. I'm shooting for muscle memory. That's my whole goal. And I already know if I do it 300 times around there, I'll be able to do it 99% of the time, okay? So when I practice, I'm gonna tell myself, okay, this is the line I'm working on. This is what I want to accomplish. So how should I practice? Slowly. Maybe do this like 50 times. Okay, then close your eyes. Try it. Oh, oh, that's pretty good. Oops. There you go. Oh, where are you? There you go. Oh. Okay, so it's getting better. You can already see it, how it's coming to me, and and the thing is, I'm not using my eyes, okay? So we use our eyes to practice, to try to train our fingers to learn the right motion, okay? But in the end, we're really just trying to rely on muscle memory, okay? So let's finish the phrase. G, B, G, D, B, A, G. Da, 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 da. Oops, almost. Oh, almost. I'm getting there. Not quite. There you go. There you go. Good. Okay, so it's getting there, and you can already see it. We're like, I've been playing for a long time, so it's coming to me faster than, than if you're just beginning. Okay, so don't think that you're supposed to get this that quickly, but slowly, just practice it and understand that your goal is to be able to do it by muscle memory, okay? Your eyes will just slow you down. So use your eyes to figure out, okay, which fingers am I gonna use? Finger number 2, finger number 1, finger number 4. Okay, I'll come back to finger number 1, slide down, finger number 1, open, and finger 3, something like that. Okay, so try to practice this. And I guess the main thing I wanted to point out is that in the end, when you're playing a song, you're not actually trying to remember every single chord and every single note. Your fingers are just doing it. So if I play something like, let's say, so I'm not actually thinking about, E minor, what are those? E, E, B, B, C, D, E, E, E. Okay, my fingers are moving faster than I can actually think. Okay, so I used to practice this slowly, right? I'll just go over that part over and over and over until I can kind of close my eyes and I can kind of my fingers know. Okay, next part I would try to work it out. Okay, so now I'm thinking, okay, E minor. The melody is G, G, E, G, G, E, G, E, D, E. Guess melody, so I gotta try to I'm doing a lot of thinking now. I'm doing a lot of thinking now, trying to figure this out, how I want to play it. Okay, so I go through the whole process of trying to think a lot, figure it out, decide how I want to do it. But in the end, when I get to that point where I feel like I got it, now I'm trying to practice with my eyes closed, or I mean, I don't actually practice with my eyes closed, but I'm trying to rely on muscle memory. So I'm testing myself, right? Okay, let's try it. I'm gonna go. And I go, oh, I got mixed up. Okay, now when I make a mistake like that, it's not my brain, because I'm not even thinking about the chords. It's the muscle memory. So I'm not quite there yet. So okay, I'll just do it again. And I would like to know that I can do it at least 9 out of 10 times, and then I'll feel comfortable. Okay, the next part I gotta practice. I'm actually thinking, okay, C chord, melody, D chord, E minor, G, B7, E minor, C, D, E minor, G, C, B7, and okay. So I actually had to work out the chords, decide on the arrangement, figure out how I wanted to play it. And it takes time, you know, but practicing without the knowledge of understanding that, okay, we're working on muscle memory, it's just, to me, it just seems really discouraging. Like it's just kind of like, you know, you can practice and not get better. It's very possible to do that. You know, you can tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna practice, and you're watching TV, and you got your ukulele, and you're just going. And you're not really paying attention to what you're doing. You have no goal in mind, you know, and you can do that 8 hours a day, and I don't think you would get any better, or maybe very, very little. Okay, so just try to keep that in mind when someone says, you know, you just gotta practice. They aren't talking about muscle memory. Okay, so be patient, okay, because it does take a while to get your fingers to remember certain things, and like I said, if you're always using different fingers, okay, you're not really training yourself. Okay, so commit to whatever fingers you're going to use, pay attention to that, and just go through the process over and over and over. Okay, so the goal is actually, because it takes time, the key is to figure out a way that you can enjoy, you know, playing or practicing. So that way, you're not counting the hours that you're practicing, because it takes a lot of hours, okay? So find a way, like pick your favorite song, okay? And if it's your favorite song, you're gonna look forward to, like, you know, wanting to practice a song. You're gonna say, oh, I love this song, I wish I could play it. And little things like that really go a long way, because now you're gonna feel, you know, inspired to want to, oh, okay, I'm getting there. You can just go, you're already on YouTube, you just click on your favorite song, type in ukulele. I'm sure there's many, many videos out there that you guys can learn a song from. So, you know, so you just kind of go through the motions. Okay, E minor chord, the melody is B, D, B, A, G. So you go through that, okay, E minor, B, D, B, A, G, B, D, B, A, G, to the point where you can just play da, 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 da. Okay, and then you're relying on muscle memory. Okay, so muscle memory is a very, very important part as far as being a ukulele player. And I noticed that no one really talks about that too much. So I really want you to remember this and apply this, you know, to all the songs that you learn, because it's really, really important. And for me, understanding what you're doing is key, because, you know, nobody wants to do something that they don't understand. It's easy to quit that way, right? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand what I'm doing, but I was supposed to strum this, and I don't know, I don't get it, I'll quit. Okay, so, but if you understand and it makes sense, then you know it'll kind of, oh, I got it. Okay, so hopefully this will kind of inspire you to, you know, sometimes you practice, you're not getting to the point where you want to be, and then it does get very discouraging, and you're like, oh, maybe I should give up this song or quit the ukulele or whatever it is. But if you understand the process, then you'll know where you are. And you know, a lot of times when people quit, they're so close, they just don't get it. They don't understand how close they are, and then they give up. So, okay, muscle memory. Take a line, practice this phrase, B, G, B, G, D, B, H, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da. It's all muscle memory, and don't worry about making mistakes. Even if you do something like this, it's fine. It's okay. You're just practicing at home, and even though it sounds bad, you're actually closer. You're much closer doing this than doing this. G, B. Okay, when you use your eyes like that, I guess it's good to use your eyes when you're just starting off, right? Like we talked about, a lot of thinking in the beginning. Okay, which finger? Okay, you gotta go to this G, this D, back to the B, A, G. Okay, that's fine. That's the time to use your eyes, use your brain. But when you practice, don't use your eyes. Just go for it. Da, 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 da. Oops, da, da. Closer. Oh, good one. There you go. Da, 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 da. Oops. Oops. Getting there. Okay, and there's no way you can play this line this fast with your eyes. Okay, so muscle memory is key. I really hope this helps. Apply this to all of your practice sessions from now on. Okay, and like I said, it doesn't apply to everything, but when you're learning a song, okay, or learning a line or a phrase, something like that, muscle memory, it always applies. Okay, when you're trying to practice chords and things like that, it's still muscle memory. G chord, F chord, D chord, B flat. I'm not actually thinking, oh, finger number 1 has to hold down 2 strings here. Finger number 2, finger number 3. It's all muscle memory. Okay, now if you go back to, I don't know, episode 6 or 7, I don't remember. But like I told you, if you have a hard time with a certain chord, maybe like the G chord, I told you, this is a great exercise. Instead of trying to play a song, like let's say you have a hard time with the G chord, right? Instead of playing a song like C, F, C, and then you go, oh, G, G, finger number 3. That's not a good way to practice, okay? Because muscle memory. So just keep trying to hold this G chord as fast, as many times as you can. So like this is a much better exercise. C, G, C, G, C, G, okay? And same thing, eventually you're gonna use, in the beginning you're gonna use your eyes, but eventually you wanna get away from using your eyes and just try to apply that muscle memory, okay? And everything is about just trying to get that muscle memory in there. And to do that, to develop the proper muscle memory, you just gotta go through the exercises over and over and over and over, and eventually you're gonna say G. Okay? G is a chord, G7, B flat. These are all chords that every student says, I can't hold it, it's too hard. No, is there a different way to hold it? And then eventually they do it with no problem. They practice it, they can do it, and then they just forget, like, oh yeah, they forget how hard it was in the beginning. But it's all muscle memory, that's it. So muscle memory, muscle memory, muscle memory, keep that in mind, and practice this phrase. Try it about that speed. Ba da da da. Oops. Da 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 da. Hey. Da there. Oops. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Muscle memory. Try to get around this speed, maybe a little bit slower, and pay attention to how you do it. Because in the beginning, I think you're gonna have a hard time, and then focus on muscle memory. Just go through the motions. And eventually, the first time you do it, you're gonna feel really good, and you're gonna say, oh, I did it. And it's just muscle memory. You won't be able to do this with your eyes and with your brain. Because G, B, high G, high D, B, A, G. the phrase is too fast. It's faster than your brain can process everything. Okay, so give this a try. I hope this helps because I think this is a really big tip that not many people talk about. So no matter what level you're at, I think if you're at a higher level, I think you would agree with me that muscle memory is key. All these solo arrangements, we're not thinking of the chord and the note. We're trusting our fingers to just dance, okay? And I think if you practice this enough times, it's just one line, then you'll get the hang of how to learn a line. And then later on when you do solo arrangements, it's pretty much you're just learning a bunch of lines, right? You learn a bunch of lines, put it all together, and it turns into a song, okay? So work on this. I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope you guys can do it. And try to remember everything that you're doing, like as far as trying to learn this line to the time you can actually do it. And remember everything you went through in between, okay? Because that's the learning process. And then next time you learn a solo arrangement or another song, you apply the same process. Okay, so I'm gonna go off today and I'm gonna go beat Kenshi up. What we do is, so we golf once or twice a week and we race to 3. So first one to win 3 rounds. The next round, the loser has to pay for golf. So right now I'm up on Kenshi 1-0. And today's gonna be day number 2, hopefully 2-0. And then 3-0, and then I get my free round of golf. So we'll see what happens. All right, you guys have a great day. Good to see you. I'm back. Sorry I haven't been posting anything for the last 3 days, but I will do my best. Okay, have a great one. Take care. All right.